And many reactions, you're hearing just some of them. In fact, that's a big story that is happening today. We also have with us two special guests, Mr. S.P. Tulsian. He is a seasoned market analyst in Mumbai, and Professor Jayant Verma, a former SEBI member. They're both here to talk to our viewers and really discuss what is happening on Satyam right now. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Mr. Tulsian, I'm going to come to you first. What a day. Scam, crash, boom. India Inc. is taking a bad blow, and this is coming at a time when the market's already shaky.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, it is very unfortunate. In fact, we have come across these kind of scams maybe have committed by the brokers and the corporates, but the magnitude has not been more than 500 crores. So market has been accepting them. But I do not think that a company like Satyam Computer having $2 billion top line listed on the overseas exchanges with so much good faith, having bagged so many awards and all that, could really do such kind of things with such a big shock and surprise.
Sure, shock and surprise, and really more of a shock really when a blue chip like this gives you a slap in the face. We have our first caller, Mr. Tulsian, Arun Sudhar from Chennai. Mr. Sudhar, go ahead.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Sudhar. What's your question?
Sir, I got my offer letter from Satyam last December, sir. Now the situation is a bit worse. Will any other firm will acquire Satyam at this recent time? Like we are getting like IBM will be acquiring or Oracle will be acquiring. At that point of time, will the freshers be honored, sir?
Okay, Mr. Tulsian, I hope you got that. The gentleman really saying what sort of honoring will go on in terms of letters from Satyam at the moment. Quite a different question there.
See, I do not think that the future of 53,000 employees which are presently employed by Satyam hangs in balance. Many of them may not get re-employed even if the new acquirer comes at Satyam, which itself is an uncertain situation. You do not know all these things when it can really happen. So if he need not just wait for or take the appointment letter issued by the Satyam as a non-existent and should look for the alternative things. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Sudhar, Mr. Tulsian really saying that look at your other options at this stage. That would be a wise thing to do. Now, we also have investors from Dalal Street, and here is what they have been saying and asking.
I have a question to ask. That with today's Satyam disclosures, will not credibility of India Inc. take a serious hit, and will it not be very difficult to raise funds by India Inc. in times to come?
Mr. Tulsian, a very valid question there, really. Where does our credibility go and fundraising for India Inc. in this already very difficult environment?
See, already we have seen or we have paid a price. In fact, the market having corrected by about 7% across the board, we have seen. But there has been concern on some of the companies which have taken a beating to the extent of 20 to 25%. This is a valid question that overseas investors, when we need the funds from them, at this point of time will very cautious, will be carrying out the due diligence in a very suspicious manner and with very deep caution. We will definitely, but I hope that this becomes one of the case and they do not carry the same impression with respect to the other companies which are carried out or which are falling in the India Inc. category.
That all of India Inc. should really not be tainted with that, painted with that tainted brush at this stage. Mr. Tulsian, we also have emails that have come in, and this is one that really hits hard. Priyanka Sethi from Mumbai is writing in, and she says she's actually holding 200 Satyam shares. What happens to the stock price of Satyam? I mean, we saw some crazy falls today, and has it really tanked fully, and could it really fall further at this stage, Mr. Tulsian?
See, in fact, that's the question or the anxiety of all the investors. If you see the transactions having executed today, we have seen practically all the overseas institutional investors having exited from the stock by selling it within the range of 40 to 80. We have seen 30%, that's equivalent to 20 crore shares getting marked for delivery, and all of them have come mainly from the overseas investors because they are very wary of all these things. In fact, all the domestic institutional investors have not sold. So my advice, it's very difficult to take a call whether it has reached its bottom. It has tested a low of 30 and closed at 40. But I do not think that further damage can really happen from here on. The beating which has taken today is mainly because of the overseas institutional investor selling, and 30% of the company's issued equity if get transacted on one day, you are bound to see this kind of erosion. So my advice that remain invested. You have already seen a loss to the extent of 50, 60, 70, 80% of your cost price.